But what do you think about like reality itself? Do you think there's like any divinity or mysterious?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely like.
spirits,
I kind of believe
demons.
I kind of believe in like intelligent design for sure. Like someone, you know what I mean, something. You know what I mean?
Oh shit.
Design.
Intelligent.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And I've even seen that. You've seen that Billy Carson page or whatever. I've even taken notice to that, how everything's encoded. Everything's ones and zeros. So you know what I mean? Like kind of how it kind of like the Matrix.
But so if that's the case, then do you believe in free will?
Oh yeah, for sure.
But if it's all ones and zeros, then where does the free will come from?
Well, I mean, I also like believe in
Remember,
that.
like in waking life.
Which part?
I also believe in how
about,
everybody's
if
their own god.
Oh,
well, they're talking about like in a world of physics, like they talk about how everything is cause and effect, right? Well, we're just physical beings made of atoms, so if everything's cause and effect, where does our freedom come in? You understand what I'm getting at?
yeah. But what is like the playing out of like subatomic particles? We're like there was something happened, and then we were just like the play out of how it happens.
Well, that's what they say.
Yeah.
But is that really it, or or if that is really it, then like, are we free at all?
I mean, I feel like we exercise that shit
But what's
a lot,
what's
and we
free?
see the ripple effect of our choices.
Yeah. What's really free though? Talking about like.
I don't know. That's
the feeling of feeling free.
Yeah, I mean, I believe that
it's not really free.
Yeah, well, even Don Miguel, like the last sentence of the Four Agreements, or like one of the last sentences, is he's talking about like, I can't think of it word for word, but he's basically saying like even if we can't choose our destiny, we still have the choice to enjoy the ride or to resist the ride.
Mm-hmm.
So like I feel like that is just like a spiritual choice.
So like freedom is just a choice then.
But not only that, like he leaves it at that, but like when I think about that and like really internalize it and like try to fully like grasp it, that idea or that concept, like what I feel like is like once you've made that choice to either resist or enjoy the ride, like that choice affects the ride.
Yeah,
it does. So it's like a paradox,
Maybe I don't enjoy it as much as I thought. This ride kind of sucks. It's kind of boring.
But then if you say that, then it like gives you more things for you to like agree that it sucks, But if you enjoy it, then it will give you more things to enjoy.
I mean, the Four Agreements is kind of like a cycle, like you have these agreements, and then all of a sudden you start like kind of almost resenting them, because they make you like see all the things are like how much.
How perfect things were already, and how like, fucked up you made it. Yeah, and you have to take responsibility for it.
Yeah,
and it's like
it's been I've been like not making assumptions and trying to be impeccable for a while. So like, but even like, I mean, when I first started, the first few cycles of like going through, like learning how to like be impeccable and like how it affects your life and like just like building process, but also goes back and forth. Sometimes you like don't want to like be impeccable, but then you see how much that can like damage like your life, because you've been so impeccable. Like once you like reach these levels of like at least doing your best, like
of awareness.
Yeah, like
not of like being better than other people.
Yeah, going back down is like painful, like for your life. Well, yeah. What you talking about?
Well, my question to Tim was where does freedom come from, and then we started talking about the Four Agreements a little bit, but I wanted to get Tim's take on it.
Freedom.
Or just free will in general, like where does our
hold that
like
touch the last
even just the feeling of like having our own choices, like I have the choice to talk right now or to like let Tim start talking, like every little nanosecond there's choices, like, and then like how aware are we, all of that, discuss that. What do you think about all that? Did you zone out? Did your free choices get you here, or was it just
Just happens.
Yeah, just like a cacophony of it.
I mean, I think
events
I mean, at
that
the end of
landed
the
here.
day, I don't know. It's like as you get older, you start feeling cynical about it, especially with like everything that's going on. The only reason I had the freedom to come here is, you know what I mean? Nothing's really free, you know, it was all paid for and it's all part of like a system, you know? Like I say, for instance, if we were in Ukraine right now, I wouldn't have.
But couldn't you have chosen to like exercise your choices within those constraints that the system puts on you in a different way? Like you could have chosen to stay home tonight.
Yeah, yeah. And I could have chosen to.
Or was it destined? Or was like every minute thing that happened, even like down to the minute, just destined and like you really didn't have a choice to come here at night?
I don't know. It's like you catch glimpses. Sometimes, like, you know, hallucinogens can show you that it almost does. You can replay past, present, and sometimes future, depending on the right circumstances. I mean, one time that was like super awe-inspiring for me was the one time at the Perry Street when it was going around and round the Deems, where it was you just never came down. And that's when I started seeing the cell patterns on the wall, and the cell walls were basically words that made up sentences, and they were turning and spinning. And I started reading the sentences of the cells on the wall, and it was everything everyone in the circle was saying in the past, present. And then I started reading shit that people said right after I read it, and that's when it was just like, holy shit, man, you know, like maybe this is just all just some shit that's already happened and we're just like fucking playing it out or whatever, you know. But it can get easy to get cynical about freedom as you get older, especially with the way the world's going too, though, you know, like shit's crazy these days, man. The age of microchips and titanium, that was the fucking 90s, man. Now it's fucking space lasers and shit, you know, so it's wild.
What do you think about love?
I mean, love's everything, you know. Without that, that's basically what holds civilization together at the end of the day, because, you know, without it, you're talking complete chaos, anarchy, and all that.
Is that a bad thing?
No.
I mean, could love...
Well, dude,
could love and chaos
chaos has nothing to do with anarchy. Like, anarchy has nothing to do with chaos. Anarchy is actually the most peaceful, like, form of government, like, that you could ever have.
And I would argue
pure anarchy.
I would argue that chaos isn't bad either.
Yeah, of course, but you need it as like yin and yang. But like,
yeah, like a balance.
Anarchy in its truest form is like non-violent, and like everybody works for their own shit, and like no one tells people what to do. Like, you know, we don't. The government doesn't take care of our roads. Like, it's our road, we take care of it. You know, and like we all chip in.
Like the closest like nation you could put as an anarchist state, though, would be some really bad places, though. You know, you're talking Somalia and shit.
Well, it's because some motherfuckers in charge with probably white and big ass fucking bank account.
Yeah, no, lots of it's just places that are marginalized and places that have famine due to, you know, drought or whatever the case may be. But.
And I don't think that there's anything as true anarchy on this planet, because they are so disaffected by quote unquote civilization.